Michael Borja is on stage, and Rob Benedict's on stage. I too am on the stage.
Rock and roll. We're rocking and we're rolling, Richard.
Are we ready?
Are you ready?
You tell me if you're ready.
Well,
there's only one way to find out.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're on fire today.
This is literally one of our
That's the kind of back and forth that people pay money for.
Man, I'm telling you, if you came to see some shit on this stage, well, mission accomplished. If you wanted to see some half-assed, lackluster announcing, well, ladies and gentlemen,
we're it.
You're welcome. But we're about to up our game right now. Ladies and gentlemen, these two gentlemen are coming to the stage. One of them is a Mountee, one of them is a Mountor. We'll let you figure out who's who. David Hayden-Jones and Adam Farragut. Good morning!
Hello, Toronto! How's it going, eh? I'm back home, right? Freaking great, buddy. It feels good. Canadian Thanksgiving came early.
When is Canadian? Oh, by the way, Richard's
Monday, right?
Everybody. He's not slept.
Yeah.
He came straight from work, directing an episode of Supernatural, straight to the convention so he could introduce me.
And do so poorly, I might add. Rob and I are way off our game.
Yeah, Rob Benedict, full night of sleep. Completely off my game.
We're still sucking it up. Gentlemen, the stage is yours. Have at it.
Thank you so much. Land Swing and Richard Spink, everybody.
So by the way, Rob and Rich also have their hipster cowboy hats in the band.
We do.
And they're all like, we're all wearing them this weekend.
That's a lie. You made it up. You made that up. You tripped that part.
To cover my tracks.
When is Canadian Thanksgiving?
It's on Monday. And usually it's a tradition where everyone wears a Mountie hat on Monday. Because I'm not going to be here Monday, I thought I'd wear mine. So you're welcome.
So
how's it look, by the way?
It looks fantastic.
Head-sized.
I just don't. Why do they have dimples on every side?
Because they're cuter that way. I don't know.
You do look cute. Who got a photo with David Hayden-Jones this morning? Isn't he so cute?
Oh my goodness! Well, thank you.
Oh, cool.
You missed the full red regalia. Anyone who didn't come for photo ops today.
And if you check his Instagram page, you'll see a photo I took of him when we rolled out of bed this morning, and he had no pants on.
Yeah. Check out Instagram for that high quality entertainment that only Dave Hayden-Jones can bring you.
Woo! That's not what you said this morning.
Yeah. I feel like it should be a new musical called The Full Mountie.
Very good. I think I've watched that.
You see what
That's
I did?
the porn version.
Okay, before we go into any more Dave and Adam double entendres.
But their children here? Children? You said yes.
They all sign a waiver now.
Yes, sound like a child.
I've been told, don't you sign a waiver knowing that this is adult content?
Oh, you do? Oh, fucking great.
Oh dear, let the blue jokes begin.
Did you know there's an Australian comic who's this kind of singer-songwriter, Australian comic, and his name is Kevin Bloody Wilson? You know? You know? Well, he was coming to Canada, and he's got these very outrageous songs that are filled with the bad words. And he was told that he can't say the C word in Canada when he was coming here. And so he invented a song. And I'm not going to repeat it because it's very offensive to some people. I don't think so. But Australians definitely don't see it. They actually describe someone as, David, he's a sand guy. But Kevin Bloody Wilson then wrote a song to come on stage in Canada for his first performance. And it's all about the C word. I encourage you to go into YouTube and Google it. It's hilarious. Anyway, moving swiftly along. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Hi.
Hello.
So, since we had such a good time at karaoke last night,
Yeah, who came to karaoke, by the way? Yeah! Okay, You're gonna think this is pandering, and it is 10%. But that is one of the best. Toronto brought the karaoke
Big time.
last night. Like there was like amazing energy, great singers. And by the way, just to plug my good friend Adam here, how great was he as host last night? His first hosting duty. Amazing. And he's going to be doing it with Matt Cohen all next year.
Yeah.
Welcome your new host of karaoke. Officially.
Richard Spade just got too old and couldn't do it anymore. No, it was great fun, and it was encouraged by a beautiful gift that Krista gave me yesterday, and we all partook in it, and it was very, very nice. It was whiskey.
Thank you, Krista.
And that helped me jump up and down off the stage several times. And the last time I did it, I ripped my jeans. Big time.
Yeah, you pulled a New Zealand, David Jones in New Zealand.
Special, yeah.
So we have both ripped our pants on stage now. I hope you're happy. Again, the high quality entertainment that Dave A. Jones and Adam Fergus bring to you.
Good morning. What is your name?
Samantha?
Samantha. Good
Sorry,
job last
Samantha.
night.
You teed us up.
and all your crew.
You were
really
rocking
brought
it.
You were great.
Your sentences just melded together.
Oh, you were great last night. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Congratulations.
Hey now,
Thank
she's a
you.
kid.
Oh, so what's your go-to karaoke song?
Faith by George Michael.
Oh, that's good.
Which I am actually been invited, thanks to this hat, for next year to perform it with the band at Saturday Night Special. So we're going to be doing that with the band.
Here.
Not tonight, but next year.
Next year.
Yeah. So hopefully you can
I
look forward to that.
I really have a bad voice for singing, so but I'll sing anything really. I don't have a Osric's.
Not a U2
I've
song?
always
Didn't
wanted
you
to
do
steal
U2?
Osric's Eminem one.
Lose yourself.
Lose yourself, yeah. Because you don't have to sing really. But there again, I'm probably a worse rapper than I am a singer, so we'll see. But I'll roll one out for next time. I promise, Samantha.
You should do a House of Pain number. Jump around, jump around. Okay. In your Irish accent.
Jump around.
Jump around.
Watch it. Just walk around there now.
And I would walk.
That's
It's Scottish, and I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500
Just
miles.
do
Just to be
some-
the man who walks 1,000 miles.
I like it. I like it. Do something Gaelic.
Oh, it's like something from Fairy Tale in New York. Yeah, you know that song, Fairy Tale? Oh, it's a great tune.
Someone really likes that song. Yes. See, that was like a guttural, visceral from the groin. Yes. Yes. Sing it to me, Adam.
No, I'm having flashbacks.
Yeah. Mount me high. Next question.
The time of my life.
And I never felt this way before. And I swear it's the truth. And I owe it all to you. If you want more high quality David Jones and Adam Fergus entertainment, you can see us online on YouTube doing the lift from Dirty Dancing. Just saying.
Nobody puts Adam in the corner.
We try. I've tried, believe me. I have no idea what that means. But you just say stuff with the right double entendre intonation. You can make anything dirty. Oh, believe me, I've tried. There's no place like home. Shut your mouth, baby.
Hi. Thanks, rescue us from our bullshit.
My question's for David. I'm sorry.
Have you met my valet, Adam? He will retrieve the message and send it to me forthwith.
You mentioned yesterday that you were briefly a park ranger. I know a lot of park rangers both in Canada and the US, and I was wondering what park you worked at, if you had any particularly interesting
Yes, well,
stories.
very good research. So one of my jobs when I was at college, and that's American for university, and I've had to switch it living in LA.
Because it's an insult to, in England anyway. If you say you went to
is an
college,
insult?
she's like, no, I went to university.
No, university.
Uni.
No, we'd say, yeah, uni. We don't say uni in Canada, but we say university. So in between studying architecture and McGill, no one really knows what this term is, but there's, in Calgary at least, and in some parks around Canada, there's a job called park interpreter. Now, you say that to people, and they're like, What languages did you speak? I know it's a terrible word, but what you're actually doing, you're part of the park service that takes people on hikes, tours, and shows them around to make sure. So you
interpret the actual park.
You interpret nature. So it's like, I'm like the wind through my trees. You know, oh, it's like a Dirty Dancing like homage today. I feel it. I'm still feeling karaoke in my loins. It's so loiny. But to get to your question, your very important question, make a long story short, basically what a park interpreter is I just call them like a singing ranger. And that's a real job. And it was in Kananaskis country, Alberta, just outside of Calgary, Alberta, in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains.
Nice.
Incredibly beautiful land and extraordinary. And my boss, I had the coolest boss. He was taking park interpretation to a new level where basically he hired half a staff of biologists and scientists and like people who studied zoology and stuff, and then half entertainers, composers, writers, and actors, and then put us together and we would write 2 original 1-hour musicals for the whole summer.
That's so cool.
It was the craziest, best job. And we would literally go out into the woods, and they had these amazing log rustic amphitheaters, and we would perform 1-hour shows about nature for the campers.
Oh, for the campers.
So yeah, so I did 3 summers of that, and it was an incredible experience. And like the amount of talent that came out there, we have like writers, screenplays, like a Grammy award-winning music producer did all the music for us, named Jason Beck, or Chili Gonzalez. Like he's like won a Grammy for Daft Punk. Like, and so we were like all these young kids in college doing live musical theater about nature out in the woods. And so yeah, so that's cool. Back to you, there it is.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi.
Hi. I was wondering, what was your favorite scene to film like together?
I'm not gonna touch that one, back of the head. That wasn't our favorite.
No, I don't know, that's a good question. I don't think we've ever had that question before.
No, it's a great question.
Film together, okay, let's go through
We
we
actually didn't have a ton of scenes together, actually,
No,
when you think about it.
no,
or
we-
actual scene work. There was that scene where Ketch comes back, and after you've had the whole thing with the vampires.
when I'm on my desk.
At the base. No, well, yeah, and we're just being kind of like bitchy to each other
Yeah.
a little bit.
That was good. I liked.
We never got to
I
get
like
into
the
real
scene-
meat.
I like the scene that one of the first, maybe it was the first scene we shot together with us and Misha and Sam.
Yeah.
At
At the Bentley and
at
just
the Bentley.
checking in, and we're trying to do the charm offensive about the technology and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't really have that many scenes together. But
Maybe when Mitch
Mitch
Davis comes out of hell. Are you in heaven or hell or
I'm in
purgatory?
fucking heaven, of course. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I guess. You know? Maybe.
But
Would
it
he
would
be in
cool.
heaven, hell, or purgatory? Heaven?
Died.
Where's Catch?
I don't think so. Is he still alive?
No redemption at all?
Surprised hell didn't spit you back out.
That could happen.
Yeah, hopefully we're gonna get to do another scene together. I don't know.
You know what I would love to do with you, actually, bro? You are the worst. And by the worst, I mean the best.
But on
Oh, pray tell.
No, I would love us to have a fight scene. That would be cool. Like a real legit, like, good storytelling revenge fight scene.
Yeah.
Where we just
Wow.
battle to the death.
That goes on the whole episode. They check in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. Like furniture, we could go through windows, off
Let's
bridges.
just do it, shoot it, and send it to Bob Singer.
Let's get Matt Cohen to shoot it.
Matt Cohen will shoot it.
Who has seen Mama Bear, by the way? How many? Oh, if you haven't seen it yet, Google Vimeo, Matt Cohen, Mama Bear. It's amazing. And this guy, with Mandy, he has one of the best storytelling fights that also is comedic. There's so many beats in it. You rock that, my brother. So for a myriad of reasons, go and watch Matt Cohen's film. He's awesome. And you know that he's directing episode this year, right? How great is that? Love this family.
And he shall be here momentarily. I think he's landed at this point too. He's coming, yeah. So many. Thank you for the question. It inspired a diatribe.
Yes. And that is the point. Get us talking.
Hello.
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 Hi.
Yeah?
So my question is, what is one moment or experience in your life that you would want to relive?
Last night with Adam.
We can. It's an interesting question because I did a TV show filmed here in Toronto that was about that. The Being Erica was about not reliving the moments, but while giving us the physical capacity to go back into our past and relive moments that we had regrets. And every episode had a distinct moral, but the overall moral of the show was that there's no point, and you can't relive any moment because it'll never be as good. And it's interesting as well because as an actor, when you're, let's see, it happens more in theater, because if you come off the stage having had a good night in theater, and someone goes to you, oh, I love the way you did that bit tonight, when you said that way, and you're kind of going, shut up, because that'll always be in your head then, because they're like, oh, I got a good laugh on that line, or I got a good response from the audience on that cry, and they were really with me. But then when you try and repeat it, you're just repeating it. It doesn't come from in here. It doesn't come from the natural avenue. And I think that goes for everything in life too. Like, enjoy, have great memories, but and I'm not purposefully not answering your question. I'm sure there are moments in my life, like, scoring a goal in football when I was in school or whatever. But that's what they are. They're memories, and they're there, and they're special for a reason. Because if you try and relive them, it'll never be the same. But it's a great question.
Yeah, and I'm fortunate in my consciousness to not really have any major regrets, i.e. regrets where I really hurt someone or did something like, ethically or morally bad. I mean, we've all hurt people in our lives. Oh boy. I would relive that scene just so I didn't have to hear you bitching about it my whole life at conventions. This is maybe going to be weird, but if you could put your own consciousness as an adult into your baby coming out of the birth canal, would that be a day that you'd want to relive?
No.
I mean,
I'm going to put that in the no file. I think we all just learned a little too much about Dave Hayden Jones today. I just think it'd be interesting. We're going to move off that. Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
So my question is, what are your favorite movie and why?
Oh, favorite movies. The favorite question is always so hard for me because I just have such varied, eclectic tastes. But are you talking like a desert island movie, like only one DVD on this coconut-fueled TV and Blu-ray player for the rest of your life?
Sure.
Because that's a better question.
Okay.
There better be a
Because
DVD
favorite
player.
is like too hard. But if you say you get one movie on a desert island, that's it.
One movie on a desert island. That's it.
Star Wars: A New Hope.
Oh, wow.
But I'm not arguing that that's the best movie. But that is the movie that blew my little nerd brain wide open. And so it just has so much nostalgia and history, and I've watched it over 200 times.
Mine would probably be Indiana Jones. Any of the Indiana Jones. And the first one?
Either Raiders or
Yeah.
Crusade.
Oh, The Last Crusade is good. I love Connery in The Last Crusade. But yeah, The Raiders is awesome.
Interesting that they both have Harrison Ford in them. And guess who's working with Mr. Harrison Ford in a movie coming out in April? This guy.
You gotta all go see it. Please.
It matters. Actually going to the theater matters.
It really does.
Just don't rip it off BitTorrents. Go pay for it in the theater.
Is that still
Yeah, no, but I actually didn't get to actually do a scene with him, but he's pretty damn cool. He would fly in his helicopter himself in the morning and land on set, that's just cool.
Good question.
Yeah, probably an Indiana Jones movie.
There you go.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Whoa, hey. Hello.
But wait now.
How do you do that weird accent you're doing right now?
Oh,
Which one?
It's Brianna. Who? It's Brianna. Hey, go back to Esteban, Brianna. I'll see you there back in Saskatchewan.
Was that English?
We're both from Saskatchewan.
Take it, sister.
Right?
Walk it. Own it. Own the room. You're walking. Own that room. Oh,
Yeah, baby.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. We're still watching it. Keep going. That's it. Keep going.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Oh, over there. Sorry.
What inspired you to be an actor?
What inspired me to be an actor? For me, I was such a fan of sketch comedy when I was a preteen and teenager. So this is going to be a very Canadian answer, but you'll back me up on this. The original SCTV with just one of the most amazing casts ever, and still rocking it, right? Eugene Levy on Schitt's Creek, and Catherine O'Hara, who's one of my favorite actors on the planet. But like Bob and Doug McKenzie, all that stuff. And then also my dad being Welsh and a Brit, Monty Python, man. Monty Python. And then when I was in high school, Kids in the Hall. So I was such a sketch comedy and stand-up comedy nerd. I was like, I want to do that someday. And I guess that's why I'm on stage right now in a funny hat.
Cool.
Because sketch comedy is all about funny hats and wigs, folks.
Yeah.
Rule 1.
And you rock them very well.
Thank you, buddy.
My older sister married me to my neighbor when I was, how old are you?
I'm 11.
You're 11. When I was about 7 years of age, we have photos of this at home. My mum's best mate, actually the woman who gave me this ring for my 21st, her daughter was about a month older than me, and
Lisa Berry, everybody. Lisa Berry, trying to sneak.
everybody's here.
Give it up, give it up.
But yeah, so my sister performed a wedding, and Rachel wore my sister's communion dress, and I wore a pair of pajamas that were they were like cute pajamas that were like a suit.
Do you have pictures still?
I still have pictures, yeah.
You need to post those.
And so it began. We performed this wedding, and then after that, my sister did another little play in the garage. The garage, and for our neighbors, and I just was the performer, and my sister was the director, and we did it, and we kind of raised like maybe £5 for the local church or something, I can't remember, but it was, and then so it began, and then I remember seeing my older sister when she went to the equivalent of middle school, high school, and I was about 10, and she was in a performance of Oliver. And I went to see it with my parents, and I remember seeing the lead guy who was playing Oliver, and I was like, I want to be him. That's cool. You get to play. And I've been in love with it ever since. And it's
an abusive lover.
It's an abusive lover, but it's kind of like it's a job that I've seen so many of my friends that started out acting when I was like 19, 20, and whatever, quit because they wanted to, have a stable job and become whatever they chose to become. It's a vocation. It's something that someone asked the question yesterday. You know that you're going to stick with it, and it's going to be part of your life if you can never give it up.
There's this thing they say in acting school very early on. It's like, if you can go do anything else, do that. Because what they're trying to say is they're prepping you for like the highs, peaks, and valleys, and a lot of rejection. But
you're going to be a mechanic, right? Do it. That's awesome.
Mechanic, trade school.
Good man.
Good question. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi. I just wanted to thank you two for last night at karaoke. It was so much fun and so incredible to sing up on stage with you and Lisa and Gabriel.
Thank you so much. We had a good time, didn't we? It was a good time. Appreciate it.
Yeah. My question was, do you guys have impressions that you do of each other, by any chance?
No, really. Not very good ones.
We've had this little bit, and I think we have to commit to it next year. We're going to try to actually, as actors, really study each other's accent, and then do it as an accent challenge at some point during our panels in the new year.
Do a panel.
Do a proper, we'll get the standardized copy, and then we'll do the have a good crack at it.
Have a good crack.
A good crack. So yeah, I mean, my bad parodic imitation of Adam when he's really excited is like, hey there, how you doing? What's your question there? But that's not a good impression. Just like, no, you're excited and fun, and you got good legs.
But they're not I don't know bow-legged.
I didn't say it was a good impression. It's sort of a rendering, a comedic rendering. Do me. How about? Okay. You know. That's not for public consumption.
Sorry. There are kids here. Yeah, no, but we should do. I think we will. But let's
do your best Canadian accent though, like.
Okay.
Because you lived in Toronto.
I lived in Toronto.
Yeah.
Like 9 years ago. It was a long time.
Were you sorry about it?
I was really sorry. Sorry to have butchered your accent. Right?
Well, I'm Western Canadian, so I come from real redneck territory, so my original accent is pretty hardcore.
Yeah, when you do it, that's the one I can try and do. Cause
like the good parody of a Canadian accent,
yeah,
right?
the parody.
Like Alberta and Saskatchewan.
Your boss and your bags.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, go get your bags, eh?
Let's go get a 2-for and get drunk tonight. Wicked.
A 2-for?
Yeah. 2-for. Eat some ketchup chips and some coffee crisp, right? Yeah, they're like, coffee crisp is my jam! Canadian confections are pretty awesome, let's be honest.
Poutine.
We got poutine. Thank you for your question.
Thank you so much.
I hope that sort of answered it. But we're going to work on it, we promise.
Oh yeah, we're going to work on it.
Is my Canadian coming out more that I'm here?
Yeah.
You hear it?
You said your boss. Oh, my boss in the park. I think you meant boss.
Boss.
Your boss.
That's more Wisconsin. Anyways, moving on. Hi.
You can't do anything right.
My question's for Adam.
Hi.
Hey!
Hi.
Sit down, dude.
You got one.
Yes?
I was just wondering if you could talk a little bit about the chemistry and relationship between your character Mick Davies and Castiel.
You know, it's funny because myself and Misha, the very first time I ever heard the word shipping was, I was like, my first episode I was like, there's my number. And I gave him my card, you know, it was like episode 2 of season 12. And then it blew up online that Mick was having an affair with Castiel. And I thought it was hilarious. But I have such a huge admiration for Misha as a person and for everything that he does outside of Supernatural, everything he does for his fan base, everything he does for charity. His brain, he's got such an interesting brain. So I kind of, it transcends characters into actual real people. And we've had some lols together. So Mick Davies and Castiel, their love affair is definitely a real thing.
So is the ship name Mastiel or Cavies? Cavies? Let's go into the
Cavies?
deep dark cave together. Cavies, I like it.
But yeah.
Is that's really a ship? Is that a genuine ship? Castiel and Mick Davies?
Is it? I don't know.
I'm asking you.
Well, no, I saw it online and someone like, we need to ship them, and I was like, what the fuck is shipping?
Yeah, and
like relationship.
Overnight Express.
Where am I going?
Priority Express. Yeah. Hi.
Hi. My question's for you, David.
Perfect.
My question was, how long did it take you to perfect your British accent, and why did you choose that accent?
Oh,
Wait,
you bastard.
Was that in season 13?
You bastard.
Well, I didn't know you were not British when
Thank
I
you.
first watched
Even the rest
show.
of the cast.
And neither, by the way, the best thing, a lot of people in Blackpool were convinced. That was the big feather in my cap, is when my first convention internationally was in England, and a lot of people were like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? So there was an evolution in the accent. I actually went in as a East End sort of bruiser estuary accent, sort of Cockney. And that was my first tape, and I've still got that tape somewhere. Maybe I should release it after the end of the
Oh,
show.
you should.
Should I just just see the original audition I did?
Yeah.
And I had a full beard and a leather jacket. It was like a bit like this, right? And sort of talking like a rough bruiser.
Yeah.
And then they evolved and they were like, no, we want kind of a more James Bond, posh. He's also comes from a rich aristocratic family. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll do posh RP, which no one speaks in anymore except for like 3% of the British population. But my uncle David is still a very proper old school Englishman. And so I had that in my back pocket. And then I sort of looked at Roger Moore's James Bond, which sort of does a very classical English RP with a sort of a Americanized sort of flattening of it. So between my Uncle Dave and Roger Moore's James Bond, I sort of got this, aristocratic catch-on, and sort of bit of a chinwag and all this. And hello, Mary. And then so I just practiced it. I just kept in it. It's kind of a weird actory thing, but like one of the things.
You okay back there? Is there a cat back there?
One of the things I tried to do was, if I believed it, because the thing with an accent is it's really muscle memory and practice in your mouth and tongue.
It's literally the muscles in your mouth are used to doing it one way, and then you've got to really, really practice it.
So really to have it drop in and forget about it, I said, well, you know what? I'm going to practice it every night for an hour with my lines and tape it and listen to it back. And then as soon as I get in my car to go to set, season 12, I'm just going to be an Englishman. So I stayed in Ketch's accent for all of season 12.
Yeah.
And it was sort of my own like weird practical joke, which is like, if I can make everyone believe I'm English, then I'm going to believe that I'm passing as Ketch.
Yeah.
And then it'll make it just so seamless, because I didn't want to be going back and forth in the accent, because that's, even I hear it a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was basically it. Season 12, every time I landed on set, it was just Ketch's voice for the whole day.
Yeah.
So that's how I landed. It was cool.
I have to take my hat off to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. I know it's weird and actory, but I wanted to have him drop in me.
Yeah.
You just had to ask. All you had to do was ask.
Double entendre. That's your favorite thing?
Hello.
Hi. When you guys are having a bad day, what do you do to make it better?
Oh, Jesus.
I can't tell you. You did it this morning. Well, that Mountie costume doesn't put on itself.
Having a bad day.
What does that even mean? It means nothing. You've been seeing, like, I'm just like, you're so into double entendres. Again, just intonation will get you halfway there.
Yeah, it will.
Just the tip.
Yeah,
Just the tip.
You stole that from right out of my mouth.
You've all signed your waivers, correct? The waivers have been signed.
I'm choking.
Oh my God. Oh. God, this has all become too much to swallow. But moving on. We'll be here for the next 10 minutes.
I don't know, actually.
What was the first question? Oh my goodness.
When you have a bad day, who do you do? What do you do?
I exercise. That's the first thing. You get your body moving.
Oh yeah.
A lot of deep knee bends. A lot of stretching.
Wow, you must have had a really bad morning.
Have I got Popeye arm? Stop this train now! Oh, goodness me. I try not to eat my feelings. Stop it. Just stop it now.
Don't call me feelings again.
Oh my God, the winner, Adam Feelings Fergus. sweating. And it's not just my Mountie hat. Holy mackerel. This makes me happy. You know, comedy, laughter, not taking yourself too seriously, that helps. Exercise, yoga, meditation.
Call your mom.
Yeah.
I call my mom when I want to vent about something because she has to listen.
And this is gonna sound cheesy, but why don't you also call someone you really love and you haven't told them recently? And call them, don't text them. Just be like, I want to hear your voice, I love you. Just saying that. And change your whole perspective.
You know who re-taught me how to be conscious of that and not texting is this guy. He hates texting.
It is a useful implement, past 5.
Yeah, but like he'll just call, and I love talking on the phone, and it's really like it's a tool we don't really use that much anymore. Like, phone someone.
But here's the thing too. You know my whole theory about like one of the reasons why social media and texting and these phones has made us a little more disconnected is because when you take out vocal tone, intonation, and also looking at someone in the eye, it's making us less connected.
Context and perspective.
This is intimacy. This is communion. This is human experience, and I crave more of this, please. I'm not a Luddite. I'm very good at tech, but I think tech has to be limited a little bit.
Here.
I love you. Is that for us? Thank you.
Right back at you.
Does that help you at all?
Yes.
It gave us great material, so thank you.
Have a laugh, tell a joke.
Yeah.
And
love is the only way. Love.
Roll around with David Hayden Jones.
And self-love. Hi.
Hi. My question is actually for you, David.
Okay.
I'm a huge Green Bay Packers fan.
What? You're a huge Green Bay Packers fan?
Yeah.
Go Pack, go!
Yes, exactly. And I love the commercials you do, and I was wondering how it was doing those commercials with Aaron Rodgers.
Thank you. I don't know if any of you watch NFL or like football, college football, but I have a second season of a campaign where I play a character named Gabe, which is kind of fun.
Gabe Gabriel.
And I worked with some of the 2 biggest quarterbacks in the NFL right now. One named Aaron Rodgers for the Green Bay Packers, and Patrick Mahomes is now one of my clients. And it is so nice to show up in a set, just like this show, and have the leadership and the big stars at the top just be the most awesome, down-to-earth, cool bros. He was amazing, playful. We were joking within 15 minutes.
Did he nickelback you?
What did you say?
I don't know, it's like a nickel.
Did he make a bath for you?
Nickelback formation. Okay, carry on.
This guy. I blame Adam. Feelings Fergus. He was amazing. What are you doing back there? Oh, gosh.
I have so many feelings.
Oh. I hope that answers your question.
It did, thank you.
He was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He's great though. He's really good. If you're not into NFL, just watch these commercials.
Oh.
He's so funny.
You're kind.
Who knew? Hi.
Hi there. My question's for David.
Oh, great. I'll give it to him.
You mentioned yesterday that you did a bit at Second City, and you mentioned again today some great Canadian talent. I'm a huge comedy fan and nerd, and so I was wondering if you've had the opportunity to meet anyone, I guess not just from comedy, but in general, who has the Order of Canada, and if you haven't had a chance yet, who would you like to meet who has the Order of Canada?
I don't know offhand who has the Order of Canada. I assume that most of the Second City cast has it.
Yes, Eugene Levy has it, and so does Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah, well, Catherine O'Hara she's my goddess. Like, she is my comedy goddess.
Me too, she's the best.
She is, and I am a huge fan of Schitt's Creek. And, she is just at the top of her game, like, how many decades in? 50,
4
maybe?
decades.
4 decades in. She is a bloody Canadian treasure, let me tell you. And that whole cast, I would die to work with Catherine O'Hara. Like, it would be a thrill.
It can be a race.
All of them, you know. But I never got a shot at Schitt's Creek, and I guess it's ending. But that would be my answer, Catherine O'Hara, for sure.
Awesome.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Are you filming this?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. God, it's so.
Can I walk
like-
down the stairs elegantly towards
Sure,
your question?
Sure. Just like. He's so bad.
Go on. You're welcome, YouTube.
I had a great time at the karaoke show last night.
Good,
I had
thank you.
awesome footage of you two dancing together.
Oh, great.
It's very-
Fantastic. Can't wait to see that.
Chemistry is awesome, so I have a lot of footage that I can laugh and smile about.
Sorry, carry on.
So scotchy.
Scotchy.
So I want to thank you for these memories that I'm going to have for a long time, that are going to make me smile and laugh.
You take it off! You take ours off! Sorry, that was a little more angry than I expected it to be.
Carry on, as you were.
Okay, so my question is, what 3 characters on the show have influenced your career?
Influence or what?
Your career.
What 3
So not
characters?
you two, but 3 characters on the show that have influenced you in your career.
Oh my gosh. I mean, every character in Supernatural has influenced my career. Just literally be getting to play with. Enough, people!
Elevated your career too, huh?
It was hard at first, but then it got easier.
30 seconds of bliss.
We are so sorry, Toronto. And I mean that in the most Canadian way. We're so sorry. We're not sorry, you're right. We're not at all. But I feel like we owe you an apology. Just Jensen, like, I love the two-handers with the, oh shit.
He brings a new meaning to the word double fisting. Dear God. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. So the two-handers with Jensen, from what I've heard, it does require 2.
And the waivers have been signed. Just checking in. Because I see a young Calgary Flames fan over there, and he's going to have night terrors tonight. There's going to be pictures and a doll, and he's going to be point to the doll, young man.
There is now.
Oh, mercy. Mercy me. My goodness. What's the question?
The 3. It's a great question. I don't know. Like Ackles definitely.
Shepard, Pellegrino. I mean, I've watched so many great artists work on that show. So I mean, literally go across the board, and I'm inspired every day on the set. That is no joke, for real.
It's hard to pick one.
Yeah, I love this show, and I love you guys. Oh. I am not a smoker, but I'm gonna need a cigarette after this panel. I swear to Moses. I'll catch you later, buddy.
You'll catch me.
Oh,
You already catched me.
in the back of the head. It was the best explosion I ever saw.
I didn't see it.
But you felt it.
But I felt it.
What is happening?
I had to shower for hours.
What is happening? Hi.
Hi. Sorry. My question was like, you studied at McGill, right? So my question was, how did you learn French, and was it hard?
You could speak French?
Un petit peu, oui.
Yeah.
J'ai habité au Montréal pour 5 ans. 5 années? 5 ans. Pardon? 5 ans, ouais.
5 ans.
J'ai besoin de la poutine et la Pepsi, livraison gratuite.
Ah oui.
Dis donc là.
Quelque chose maintenant.
So I know, just living in Montreal, but I would try to speak French in Montreal downtown, and they would just always revert to English. They would speak to me more in France.
Because you weren't speaking French, they were like, just shut up and just speak English.
Well, I know, but they helped me along a little bit, give me a chance to practice. But Montreal was so Anglo downtown that I never really got a chance. But I tried to pick up a little bit along the way. I mean, really, to learn a language, you have to immerse and just speak it for 3 months. But I got much better First of all, my French gets better with a few drinks in me. And it's actually true because you lose all the judgment and inhibition, and so like 3 drinks in, I was like, I've shot a few movies and television programs in Montreal, and with the crews, we go like for a 5 à 7, and like 3 in, I'd be like, oh, c'est donc important, ça se fait que... you know, oh, calice là, oh, tabarnak! That's NC-17 in Quebec, yo!
Very good.
Thank you.
Hi, I was at karaoke last night and I actually sang with you guys.
You did very well. Oh, Steve.
Thank you. What?
What?
And I wanted to know for next year if there was a song that you think should have been there but wasn't.
You mean like... Well, the nice thing about karaoke is pure democracy, right? People get to pick their own songs. But I would... what song is a great karaoke song? What is... What?
What?
Sir Mix-a-Lot. Hey, I like big butts, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.
I would love if I knew the artist of that.
I know.
Stop doing that.
I'm actually like, I would love to see Jump Around by House of Pain, actually. That's always a good like party song. Jump around, jump around, jump up, and get down. I kick the flavor, I like Stephen King writes horror. If I was a Jew, then I'd like I'm a Nora. I got rhymes for ya. Excuse me, senora. Are you a horror? Are you a lady? Is it irrevocable? Yeah, oh, March your birthday.
Oh, yeah. Bravo.
That just happened. That just happened. Hey, Calgary Flames, my hometown.
Hello.
Sorry.
I'm good. I signed a waiver.
How old are you?
This guy.
14, 13, 12?
No, 10.
10? Oh, Jesus, Mary.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm fine.
I'm so sorry.
It's actually really funny.
Forgive us.
Yeah, I'm having such a good time. Yeah. Anyways, so I have a question for Mick.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect.
So, if you came back in the show, like you came back to life, would you enjoy being alive, or would you go off your way to shoot him back for your revenge?
That's a great question, well framed. Because, you know, if you get the second chance at life, why use it to do bad? You should use it to do good. Certain people in certain big houses should maybe learn from a little bit from that lesson. But, you know, I think because it's a TV show and because I'd like to exact my revenge on his good self, I think it would be it would make fun TV. But let's say if it was in real life and you got a second chance at life, I'd like to think that I'd be big enough and man enough to forgive and forget. Maybe say he was just doing his job. Because, you know, Ketch wasn't, you know, he wasn't as brave as Mick, in a sense.
That's very big of you.
Well, because Mick stood up to Dr. Hess, and you were just like her little, you know, puppet. You know, you did whatever she said, and Mick was like, no, that's wrong. The Winchesters are good peeps, right?
Take the moral high ground, go on.
And so, you know, I as far as TV land goes, no, I would come back and I'd kick the poo out of him, and I'd make sure that he had a very horrible death. But in reality, I'd like to think that I was a bigger man and I would give him a big hug and a kiss.
You're talking about us now, not the characters.
Yeah, us.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah. Thank you for karaoke last night.
Good man, well done.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Rock and roll. Hey there.
Hey there. I have a question for each of you, please. I want to start with Adam. Quickly, I just want to say that I really thought once Mick was redeemed that he was going to join Sam, Dean, and Castiel as a regular cast member and be part of that posse out supporting them. I really was disappointed you got killed off.
Yeah, so I was disappointed too, because that would have been great.
Anyways, my question for you, Adam, is Mick had a lovely 5 o'clock shadow. And I want you, Adam, to assure me that that really was your facial hair and not makeup.
Really? Yeah. Okay, I shaved yesterday.
I can assure you it is thick and scratchy.
It's very thick. But they lined it. You know, they made a very exact line around here, which
I would say it was 90% you and 10% grooming. Is that fair?
Yeah, but it wasn't colored in. It was
I know, but just like a little.
There was a little groomed. Yeah, it was all me, baby.
He is a hirsute man.
I'm a hairy man.
Okay, my question for David is, in the combat scenes, were they all live action or were some done slow motion and then sped up in post-production?
They're all live action, but then they will tweak with the speed later. Are you talking about the fights?
Yeah, because some of them, they're very short cutaway scenes, and I'm wondering, some of those combat fights are pretty brutal strikes back and forth.
Good.
And I thought, you must have sped some of those up in post-production.
I can't speak to that, but I mean, we were moving pretty quick, and also you'd be amazed. This is really interesting, like little kind of behind the scenes stuff, how the sausage is made, there's nothing I can say at this point. That's not going to get titters. Like literally.
Should get you a ball gag.
Oh, AO3. You'd be amazed at how just the framing though of it and how close the camera is and where it is. And when you come in and you think you're going 3% speed, like three-quarter speed, I mean, and then on camera it goes, they're literally trying to slow us down because it looks too fast for the framing sometimes. So actually on the day, just really in the camera, you'd be amazed at just how the angle and where it's happening in terms of the point of focus and the depth of field. It actually makes it look much faster just by how they frame it practically. So a lot of those fights were going 3/4 speed, but with full intensity, and that's how you really sell the punches and the hits.
Thank you.
Thanks, great question. Hi.
Hi. I was just wondering if you could invite any 5 people to dinner, dead or alive, who would it be? And this is for both of y'all.
Any 5 people. I would like you. Well, who here is coming to dinner for Davey tonight?
I wasn't invited.
You know what I would like? I would like my 4 dead grandparents to come back to dinner with me, because I'd love to tell them I love them and hug them and just pick their brains one last time as an adult. And Jesus.
Yeah, that's like God and Jesus.
Just because I'd be like, dude, what if he didn't show up? That'd be awesome.
I don't exist.
Are we waiting on Jesus again? Okay, call Buddha. Let's see what's happening. That's cool. Like, yeah, that could go infinite ways too. By the way, obviously, it's such a tough question. I just went with my first impulse.
Grandparents is a good one because
well, just as an adult, just to see them again as humans, you know.
I didn't really
talk to them.
I could have had I never met one of my grandparents. My mum's dad I never met, and that would be cool to meet him and hang out. I don't know. It's a great question.
Einstein, you know,
maybe
Socrates, Socrates, as they used to call him.
Yeah, Socrates.
Well, that was his street name.
Hitler.
MC Socrates. He kicks the flavor.
Jesus, who else?
Gandhi? Oh, he wouldn't eat though. It would be boring. He'd levitate. Like, have a sandwich, Gandhi, for Pete's sake.
Look at you, you're fading away to a baby elephant.
Oh, eat something. Have some mac and cheese.
Oh, so good.
Tom Courtney?
Tom Courtney. He's still alive.
I know, but you have to have him. They don't have to be dead.
I've had dinner with him.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go.
But you should have dinner with him.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
cool.
I'm sorry. We can do this all day. Do we have one more question or 2? How close are you, JC? 1 minute?
Oh, JC's
one question. Madame, Monsieur, all the things. They, them.
My question's for both of you.
Hi.
What's the craziest thing a fan has ever said to you?
Can you speak up just a hair bit?
What's the craziest thing a fan has ever sent to you?
Oh,
Bottle of fucking whiskey.
Oh boy. That's unanswerable.
Yeah, it really is unanswerable.
That is the cone of trust that,
let's just say there were photos.
Let's just say there were photos.
There were photos. And there were no... There was very...
Let's just say there were photos.
There was just photos.
There were some photos.
There was photos.
Photos have been sent.
Photos have been
to
sent.
the entire cast.
And kept.
Moving on. Hi!
My name's Susan.
Hiya, Susan.
You guys were so much fun last night, first of all. And you singing with my husband, Adam, was
Oh, yeah. He did well. He did very, very well.
But my question is, we know David can do a really good English accent. Can you do a Canadian one?
I can't, no.
And if not Canadian, like another non-UK accent.
Oh.
Non-UK. You're gonna do your Lakeland Texan?
The Lakeland, Norway. I am
That's pretty good.
from the Scandinavia, and I live in a little place called Stavanger. It is so. What else can I've done? Yeah.
What's your standard American when you have to audition in LA? When you're just kind of going
American.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to play with the South a little bit. I played a Texan in a part in the Norwegian show. I played a guy from Wichita Falls.
That's cool.
But I'd like to be able to do the Canadian accents.
We're going to work on
not comedian.
We're not going to just talk about it. Where he's going to try to get my original Canadian down. I'm going to get his original Irish down, and we'll make it a challenge.
Oh yeah,
let's do it.
It's not too
Hey, look, it's the band.
Oh my God. The band is here. Gentlemen, how was it? Was it great?
How was it, guys?
It was great.
That's right, Thanksgiving starts early on this stage with